Welcome to the deep dive. Okay, let's jump right in. Today we're tackling something I think a lot of you grapple with. You want to speak English confidently, but, well, shyness or nerves just get in the way.
Right. It's super common.
Yeah, so we've been looking at the source. Speak English with confidence even if you're shy. And our mission today is really to pull out the best, most actionable stuff for you. How to start speaking more freely.
Exactly. And, one of the first things that really stood out is that this isn't just a beginner thing. Even really fluent speakers, they get nervous sometimes.
Oh, that's actually reassuring.
It is. So the goal isn't like zero nerves ever. It's more about understanding that making that consistent effort, even when you feel nervous, that's the key. The real problem isn't making mistakes. It's letting the fear of mistakes stop you altogether.
Okay, let's unpack that a bit more.
Yeah.
Why do we get so nervous? The source hits on a few key things. Definitely that fear of making a mistake, right?
Big one.
And then worrying, that people might laugh or judge you. And that awful feeling of your mind just blanking out.
Oh, yeah, the freeze. Totally, it happens. But the source really hammers this point. Mistakes aren't failures. They're just, how you learn. It's part of the process.
Like a mindset shift almost from, oh no, I messed up to, okay, I'm learning.
Precisely. You're not failing. You're actively figuring it out. Every time you try to speak, perfect or not, you're training your brain, avoiding it. That just keeps you stuck where you are.
Right, okay. So how do we get unstuck? The source gives some really practical strategies. The first one, it sounds maybe a little strange, practicing alone, out loud.
Yeah, talking to yourself.
Like the example was, I am brushing my teeth now, I feel fresh. Just narrating your day in English. Why did that work?
Well, think about it. It's a totally pressure-free zone, zero judgment. So you can experiment, play with words, get your mouth used to forming English sounds, all without worrying what anyone else thinks.
Oh, okay. Like a rehearsal.
Exactly. You're building that muscle memory for speaking, making it feel less like a big, scary performance and more just thinking in English.
Okay, that makes sense. And building on that private practice idea, the next suggestion is recording yourself.
Yeah, using your phone, just short voice notes, maybe like a minute each day. Talk about your day, describe a picture, whatever.
I can see people hesitating there. Listening back to your own voice can feel a bit awkward.
It definitely can at first, but honestly, that's where some real breakthroughs can happen. We often have this internal critic telling us we sound terrible, right?
Yeah.
But listening back often gives you a more objective perspective. You might actually find yourself thinking, hey, you know what? That actually sounded okay, or even better than I thought. It helps you recalibrate.
Sort of bridging the gap between what you think you sound like and reality.
Exactly. And then the next step is about bringing it out into the world, but gently. Start small, but aim to speak daily.
So not jumping into, debating politics right away.
Definitely not. Think simpler, everyday stuff. Saying, hi, how are you? Ordering a coffee in English, asking for directions, small, manageable interactions.
And the idea is that these small, consistent steps build real confidence over time.
Absolutely. Every little interaction where you use English and it goes okay, that reinforces the positive. It retrains your brain away from anxiety towards, okay, I can do this. It's like building up strength gradually. Each word spoken makes you a bit stronger, a bit more confident.
I really like how the source puts it towards the end. You don't have to be loud to be confident. You just have to be brave enough to try. That's powerful.
And it adds, your English doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be spoken. That feels like the core message, really.
It absolutely is. It shifts the focus away from this impossible goal of perfection and onto the simple act of doing it. Just engaging with the language, that willingness to try, even knowing it won't be perfect, that's what builds fluency and that feeling of confidence.
So, something for you listening to think about today. Every single time you make that little effort to speak English, doesn't matter if it feels clunky or imperfect, it really is a step forward. So maybe ask yourself, what's one small speaking step you're going to commit to today? Great question to end on.
Thanks for taking this deep dive with us.